So hi, can you just introduce yourself to me? Tell me who Eunice is. How would you describe yourself?
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Eunice Ajim, and I'm the founding partner of Ajim Capital. We're an early stage VC fund that invests very specifically in early stage company out of sub-Saharan Africa. My background is I'm originally Cameroonian out of Central Africa, been in the US for the last 11 years. Came here as a student, and from being a student, I went through the corporate route, hated it, and then very early on realized that I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, so I quit that job, and then I started 2 tech companies here in the US. The first one closed, second one is a successful company, and in the midst of doing that, I started angel investing in a lot of African tech companies, realized that there was a huge opportunity in Africa, but not a lot of funding going to African founders, so I decided to launch Ajim Capital to bridge that gap.
Can you just discuss a little bit more about your role with investing in small startup business in Africa?
Yeah, so I believe that it's a lot of opportunities and a lot of movement happening in the digital world right now in most African countries, not all. A lot of, Africa just has like a huge young population. That population is getting on the internet. A lot of them have mobile phones, laptops, and they want to make their life easier, better, cheaper, faster. And a lot of technologies are being built to accommodate, this growing population. I think in the US, we've seen a digital revolution in the last 30 to 50 years. We've seen very similar revolution happen in China, in Latin America, in India, and I feel like Africa, the time for it is now. And my role is really to be able to find some of these amazing opportunities that are building really technology that are making the life of the average African easier, better, faster, and just helping them reach, get from point A to B by providing them access to funding, access to our resources, and access to our network in the US and beyond.
And can you how important is it to invest in startup companies?
I'm a capitalist, right? And I truly believe that the way economies are being changed is really by empowering entrepreneurs, because guess what? The more entrepreneurs we can empower, the more founders we can get to build their product, grow their team. Now they're hiring, right, hundreds of thousands of Africans. Now these Africans have good paying jobs, right? And we all know what happens when you get paid well, right? Now you can afford to have a nice house. You can afford to send your kids to good colleges. You can afford to send your kids to good hospitals. And you can have a better standard of living in general. And I truly believe that that's a big way to improve an economy. That's a great way to develop a market. And we're already seeing that happening. A lot of the tech ecosystem in Africa right now, when you think about Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa, Egypt, you see a lot of progress happening right now in those markets. And I truly believe that a big amount of that is from the development of these technologies, the development of these businesses. So it plays a big role in the economy.
That's so good. And if you could give upcoming entrepreneurs, one advice, what would that advice be?
It's one of the basic advice, just keep doing it, right? I've been there. I know the struggles and the difficulties of building a successful business. And I like to say that when you're in Africa or when you're an African entrepreneur, it's 10x harder. And you just have to be able to be curious, right? So figure out exactly what is the problem that I'm solving? Who are my customers, right? Make sure you really understand those customers. What are the employees? What are the right people that I need to bring on my team that are going to make this vision a reality? And then when you do that, and you have something, you have some customers, you have some employees, you have some traction, now you have to be able to understand what are the investors that are going to be able to take this dream and take it to the next step, and then the next step. And it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of persistence and consistency, building your craft, making it good. And I've spoken to a lot of founders, right? Myself, I've been there. And one of the biggest things that kill businesses, founders, is not money, it's not co-founder arguments, is your mindset. And I think that a lot of the times we take that for granted, but if you just give up and you feel okay, I can't move this forward, you kill your dreams and you kill many people's dreams. So just stick at it. It'll be difficult, but just keep going. You'll be fine. If you're really building something meaningful, you're going to make it.
All right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.